Yo, yo, yo! What's up? How we doing? What's going on, everybody? Hope people are well. Streaming a little bit earlier tonight. I got my studying done, got some homework done, and I actually have a couple hours. So figured might as well hang out with the peeps, you know? What's up, Josh? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you are well. Excuse me as I adjust my brightness. What's up, EK? What's up, Shrimp? How you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm a little panicky today for some reason. Not sure why. I don't really have a reason to be, but it's all right. It's all good. God is with me, so we gonna be all right. Hi, Emma. Look at you with notifications on. Y'all should be like Emma and turn on notifications if you don't have them on already. Or if you do, you're a legend. So shout out to you. Audio, audio's crunch again. Okay, I literally don't have the hotspot on, but let me see what I can do. Audio crunch, audio no crunch. Have we come to a consensus? The hotspot is not on. I can tell you that. So if audio is crunch, I apologize. I don't know what is causing the crunch. Um, last day of the first quarters tomorrow. I mean, first quarter of school, then dub, big old dub. Oh, yeah, 25% of the way, y'all. Good job. We're all getting through. May not be fun, it may not be easy, but we're all getting through, and I'm proud of y'all. You should be proud of yourself too. This stuff is not easy. Shrimp, I've had that stuck in my head for days, and it's not okay. Like, it's actually not okay. Like, it's been stuck in my head for multiple days, and I'm not happy about it. Yeah. Gosh, the friggin' Gen Alpha stuff, man. I don't even know. Let me notify. I need to notify the authorities of oh, that's right. That's unfortunate. I lack internet. That's slight issue. Um, I can text him on my phone. It's just gonna freeze for 2 seconds. All right, it's gonna freeze for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I need to text Mike. Howdy. Can you take my CS exam for me? I have a Diffie Q exam tomorrow. I'd rather not. What's up, Bell? You've been here before. I recognize that name. Hi, Bell. Welcome back. He died. Yes. Rest in peace, Maru Mans. He is dead. Feel dead. I feel dead, man. I feel something. Something don't feel right. Mm. Whew, man. Has y'all's week been as long as mine has so far? Cause I've had a long week so far. I have had myself a long week. Yeah, it's been very busy, a lot going on. Um, Not even necessarily with schoolwork for me. I've actually had fairly light amounts of work to do. Um, but mentally, I've, my gosh, I've been all over the place. My mind is racing. My mind is racing. But no, it's it's true. I've been all over the place mentally past couple days. Um, my mind has been working overtime, I guess you could say, but that's nothing new. My mind does that. Also, I've received word from our good buddy that he will not be able to make it to the next few streams. He has a very important exam that he's studying for. Um, and he actually he talked to me about it last night, and I gave him some study tips. I don't know if any of it was particularly helpful, but I tried. Um, but yeah, he's got a big exam to study for. Sounds like it's a doozy. So yeah, he'll be out of stream for a bit. Um, so you're stuck with me, everybody. You're stuck with just me and any other mods that decide they want to show up. What's up, Carlton? How you doing? How's the YouTubes going? I'm still getting your uploads on my recommended. How's everything going? You still beefing with that one guy? You still want to kick him in the chest? Wait, guys, I just got followed on Instagram. Let me check who just followed me on Instagram. Just as I suspected. Yeah, whenever I get followed on Instagram by somebody I don't know, I'm pretty much 100% certain that it's a bot until I go or someone or a scammer or someone who's you know the type of accounts, you look at their bio and it's like an OnlyFans link or something about, yeah. Actually haven't dealt with too many of those lately. I was for a while, but recently I haven't dealt with as many of them, which has been nice, I can't lie. I wonder, can we do like background lighting instead? That does that work? Not really. What do y'all think of the background lighting? Yes or no? It looks a little bit strange. I can't lie. How about that? Because I feel like this one's just too bright. So I don't know. This one's very bright in my eyeballs. This one right here. Um, just because I don't want to wear out my car battery. That's all. It's like when I'm using my lights, I'm sure it's using my battery in some capacity. So I'd rather not wear out my car battery. I don't even know how I'd go about getting jump started here. Um, oh, actually, I do have a. At least I think I do. Yeah, I've got a little light. I forgot I had this. If I take my thingy down here, my like visor to protect from the sun, there's a little light, so I can look in the little mirror and say hello to myself, and look at the big fat pimples I have all over my face. For me, anyway, most of the time. Um, what's up, Murder Drones? How you doing? One thing I want to briefly touch on here, this is fairly unrelated to most things that I talk about, is just the fact that the Amazing Digital Circus has like taken over the internet since it came out, which is like really cool because I've been a fan of like SMG4 and Glitch for like many years. So to see that like everybody's talking about it. And that's really really cool. So shout out to Glitch and Gooseworks and everyone who's working on that because I mean clearly they're doing a good job. I mean it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it right now, so they're doing something right. Um, so yeah, shout out to them for making a friggin' awesome pilot. The pilot was great. I can't wait for the rest of the show. Um, but yeah, man, I mean I've been a fan of them since like they were just putting together like crappy Super Mario 64 like sketches and stuff. And that was when I started watching. I don't even remember. It's been a long time, and I'm still keep up to date with them pretty regularly. So shout out to them for putting together something pretty freaking cool. Um, but yeah, it's been nice to see them get some recognition and see everybody talking about this. One of these days I will not mess with my hair. I don't know what day, but one of these days it will happen. Or maybe that's like an alternate universe where like something's wrong if I'm not messing with my hair. That's probably more accurate. Actually, I'm curious. If I take this other one and I move it, what angle do I have to put this at? Oh, it has to be slid in. Okay, never mind. That's not really gonna work. Okay. Never mind. Not gonna work. Yeah, I can't really tilt this too much or it's gonna go off. Alright. That's okay. I'm visible. That's what matters. turn my If I turn my car off, it's gonna turn the light off probably. Well, not yet, but in a bit, it probably will. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm a tired lad, man. I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot this week. Boogieing all over the place, doing all sorts of different stuff. I've not been back to my dorm today since I left this morning to go to my 8 a.m. Recitation. I um I have not um I've not been back in my dorm since I left this morning, which is not atypical. This happens quite a bit actually. Um, I mean I don't like being in my dorm for several reasons, but what's casting a shadow? I can't tell if it's hair or if it's just casting a shadow. Ugh, whatever. We floofed the floof. The floof has been floofed. All right. Oh boy, gross. Anyway, tell us about it. Okay. So Monday, let's see. Monday, I reviewed. I went to my differential equations class. Um, and then I got lunch. Oh yeah, that's right, because I didn't eat all of Sunday. I specifically made myself not eat from like 1 a.m. Sunday through like I don't know 11:30 ish on Monday. I just didn't eat food for like. Actually, no, that wouldn't make sense. It must have been Saturday. Was it Saturday? I don't remember. However, the math works out. No, yeah, no, it was 1 a.m. Sunday through like midday Monday. I didn't eat intentionally. Um, and then I ate, and then I had a meeting with a housing. What's the best way to put this? One of the deans who like oversees like the different housing buildings. I had a meeting with one of them. Um, which actually relates to the news that I still haven't shared. I don't know if I should share the news or if I should wait to share the news. Um, I think it's pretty exciting, but I don't know if I should tell it now or if I should wait a couple days before everything gets done and put in place for this to happen. Um, but I don't know. But yeah, I met with I did that. I had that meeting. I went to my psychology class, and then did I do anything else that day? Probably just some studying and homework and stuff. Um, Audio's fixed. Yay! There's a chance There's a chance my phone connected to my car, and the Bluetooth of my car is what was causing the problem. Because the Bluetooth of my car just turned off, so that is a possibility. I'm gonna open the. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna open the door. I'm gonna take my heckin' sweatshirt off. That's what I'm gonna do. Ugh. But good to know the audio's fixed. I'm glad to hear that. All right, there we go. There we go. I should hopefully be less warm now. Anyway, so yeah, I went to my psychology class, probably did some work. I honestly don't remember what I did for the rest of the day. Probably some work, study, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I also, I guess I could share the news. I guess I could probably share the news at this point. I mean, you guys are a big part of the news, so I figure might as well tell you. I mean, it was a big part of my Monday. So I the reason I had that meeting with the housing person is long story short, on Friday I'm moving into a new dorm where I am going to have my own room completely to myself, and I will not have to make videos in my car anymore, and I can actually be comfortable in my own space and have the room to myself and not worry about what other people are doing or other people being in and living in my room. Um, so that's the big news. So I also spent some time on Monday packing up my stuff in my current room. I'm mostly packed. I still need to pack my clothing and some like essential stuff like my Bible, my DS, some other stuff. But I'm mostly packed, I would say. And the rest of my day was pretty typical. And then yesterday, I mean, I streamed at night. And then yesterday, what did I do yesterday? Went to my classes like usual. Yesterday was pretty standard. I mean, I had leaders meeting at night, called Mike, chatted with him for a while, streamed last night. Pretty typical stuff for the most part. It's just this whole like room change thing has been on my mind a lot. Because this is something that's been kind of, I don't know, it's been a part of, it's been weighing on me for a while. Maybe that's the best way to put it. It's been weighing on me for a while. I've been, how do I say this? I've been trying to just kind of deal with things and, you know, let things happen and kind of let things go and keep just trying to live my life and do my thing. But an opportunity was available for me to do what I think will be much better for me, much better for the channel, make me more comfortable, more safe. So I took it. And I'm really excited because I took a similar opportunity last year. For those of you who remember, I started out in a dorm. I ended up switching to another dorm where it was just me living in the room. And I was able to stream pretty consistently, and I was a lot more comfortable there. So I'm hoping for a similar situation. I'm actually in the same general area that I was last year. Or I'm moving into the same, not exactly the same building. It's like a long strip of connected buildings. But I'm in one of the buildings that's connected to the building I was staying in after I moved last year. So I'm fairly familiar with the area. It's on campus. It's on campus, much closer to buildings and stuff. So less money spent on gas, less travel time.
and of course the big perk of me getting to actually live by myself. So I'm excited. I'm thrilled I have this opportunity. My mom and dad are going to be up this weekend. I mean, they were going to be up this weekend anyway. The last weekend of October is family weekend up here, and people's families come up, and we either typically have like a football game or a hockey game for people to go to, and there's events on campus for families and stuff. But since this happened to fall at this time, we're also using the time to move me into my new dorm room, which will be cool. I pick up the key tomorrow, and then Friday, let's see, I get out of my class at noon, 11:30 noon, and then I'm gonna move into my new dorm, and then depending on how much time I have, I might grab lunch with them before my other class, and then probably spend the weekend with them, and it'll be great. Yeah, don't know how much streaming I'm gonna be doing this weekend, because I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with my parents, because I have not seen them, um, I have not seen them in person since August, since about literally almost 2 months ago to the day. So probably gonna be spending a lot of time with them. I miss them terribly, um, and I love them to pieces. So I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with them. So if my upload schedule kind of falls off a cliff this weekend, that is why. But then hopefully going into next week, um, I'll have a couple of exams over with, and hopefully I'll get back on the wagon and be able to upload more consistently. Um, but yeah, that's the big news. I'm moving into my own room, and I'm gonna have a lot more space, a lot more privacy, a lot more comfort, and it'll actually give me the opportunity to play video games on my YouTube channel again, which is something that, listen, the car stuff's been doing great recently, and I'm extremely grateful for the support. I am a gaming channel. I have always been a gaming channel. Um, this is done more out of necessity than out of, um, this is what I want to do. So, yeah, it'll be nice to do that stuff again. I'm actually curious to, once I start doing more like gaming streams and stuff again, I'm curious to see how the numbers stack up with how these past few car streams have been doing, because these are, recorded vertically in YouTube Shorts, that kind of thing. So I'm curious to see, are people going to continue to gravitate towards these type of streams, or are people going to prefer me going back to gaming type of streams? I'm curious to see what people are going to think. And of course I could mix some stuff in, I just don't necessarily have to be in my car. um, I don't want to be in my car. I'm burning gas, I'm burning, I don't want to be in my car. It's, again, it's out of necessity, not out of, it's not necessarily something I want to be doing. Um, but I won't have to after this weekend. So I'm looking forward to, being able to do what I want to do again, and having a little bit more, just some more freedom, just some more space, just some more, you know, just room to be me, man. I'm scared to do anything in that room. I'm scared to laugh. I'm scared to react to stuff. I'm scared to be my weird self, because I'm worried about judgment, about bothering other people. I just want to be myself, man. And if I get my own room, I can. So, big shout out to everyone who's made that happen. And I appreciate the opportunity. And I'm looking forward to making the most of it. Praise God that I got this incredible opportunity. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as a result. Although, again, like I said before, I'm not being like, oh, yeah, I hate the car streams. Like, the support I've gotten on the car streams recently has been ridiculous. You guys have been overwhelmingly supportive. Um, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I don't want anyone to think that I don't appreciate the support that you guys have given on the car streams and stuff recently, because that's not true at all. I very much appreciate the support. Um, it's just, again, this isn't exactly, if I had the choice, this isn't how I'd be streaming. I'd want to do something more professional, more set up. I have gear. I have streaming gear. I have a mic. I have a headset. I have um, a webcam. I have streaming gear. I just, again, I'm kind of scared to use it because at any moment when I'm streaming, my roommate could walk in, and I don't want to be bothersome. And with my streaming, obviously I've got my webcam on, so if they don't want to be filmed, that could be an issue. Um, so it's a lot of there's a lot of different reasons that I kind of resorted to the car streams instead of chancing stuff in my room. And like I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. It's probably best if I don't go there. Um, it's just uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. But no more uncomfortable after the move, so I'm grateful. Okay, let's see. Anybody have anything interesting to share? Will car streams be a once in a while thing still, or will be replaced by just talking streams? If you guys still want car streams, I can still make car streams happen. They're just not going to be like every day. That like they'll probably be like maybe a once a week type of thing, or you know, even more spread out than that, just because, like, again, like if I'm in my car, depending on the weather, I might need heat, I might need cold, obviously I need light so people can see my face, so it's just a lot of resources that you know I'm a college student. So um what's up, DD? How you doing, boss? Good to see you. Ricky, hi, how you doing? Good to see y'all, man. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I have a very bad stomach ache. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope that gets better. I feel like I always have a bad stomach ache, although it might have something to do with the fact that um, I was eating a lot of food. This is another thing I've done is over the past couple of days, and I intend to keep this up as much as I can, except for maybe this weekend because there's some very good restaurants in the area that I believe my family's planning on hitting. Um, I've been really trying to cut down on my caloric intake the past couple of days. I don't think I've ever exceeded like 1900 calories over the past couple of days. I'm typically eating two dining hall meals consisting of like three-ish plates of food, and then, maybe another snack or more food later in my dorm. And like that's just too much. Um, so I've been sticking to 2 meals a day the past couple days. Again, I don't think I've eaten more than 1900 calories in a day. Um, Trying to eat less, trying to, make sure I'm walking around quite. That's one thing I'll say about my current dorm situation is I'm doing a good bit of walking, which I appreciate. Of course, I can still walk around on campus once I move to my new dorm. But again, I'm trying to cut back on how much I'm eating, and how often I'm eating and when I'm eating, especially like at night. Eating snacks at night and stuff is not what I should be doing. So trying to clear that up. Have like typically it's like a lunch and then a dinner. Today it was a breakfast and a dinner because I had an 8 a.m. So I ate at like 9:30, and then I ate again at like 6. Spent most of the day in the library. Um, yeah. clear skin for the first time in like a year, and I had a latte this morning. I can't have dairy. I'm breaking out. I don't know if I can't remember the last time I actually had clear skin. Like genuinely. Like I just permanently have acne, and it's just a thing. Let's get the bench max to 405. Brother, I ain't been to the gym in months. It's not pretty. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I can't find the time or motivation to go to the gym. Your skin seems clear. I'm not going to get close to the camera because you're probably going to change your answer. You might have caught me on a good day. I know I've got something forming right here in between my eyes, which is not great. And oh my gosh, the bumps I have on my chin. Um, that might be less acne and more other stuff, but still, eh, yeah. No, I gotta get back in the gym. Listen, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen eventually. You know, not just not eating. You know, if I just don't eat as much, like that's like sure. Don't get me wrong. See, I've been able to do well. I shouldn't say I've been able to do because I'm still working on the other one, but I've had times where I've worked out very consistently before, and right now I'm trying to work on eating less. But I've never done the two at the same time, which is what everyone tells you to do to actually lose weight. Senior season football right now, we're 8-0. Good for you, man. Not eating can make your body hold on to fat more. Interesting. Well, it's not that I'm not eating, it's that I'm eating less. Putting myself in a slight calorie deficit to see if things change. But yeah, I do need to get back in the gym, no doubt. I'm not a fan of how I look. Although for that 34-hour period, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just not eat for the next week. And like 6 hours into that, I was like, yeah, that's not happening. I was like, bro, I got some garlic knots in my fridge and I want to eat them so bad, but I know I shouldn't. um, but yeah, I know that's not healthy. I also know that if you go too long without eating and then reintroduce food to your diet too fast, you get very sick. So, I'm not you know, my mom's a nurse and I've seen enough about this kind of stuff on the internet to know that, you know, just not eating isn't the solution. So, I'm going to try to eat healthier. I'm going to try to eat less and I'm going to try to eat earlier in the day so that I'm not sleeping on all those calories, you know. Um Got the toughest game of the year so far this week and I got the flu. Unfortunate. I am sorry to hear that, sir. When you can check DMs. See, I would on my computer, but I'd have to activate my hotspot, which means crunchy audio. I mean, I guess I could check DMs for 2 seconds. Just screams. Yeah, I'll do that. Screen's gonna freeze for 2 seconds. I'll be back in just a bit. Shrimp, that's adorable. That's so cute. I need to be very careful about the clothes that I wear. I'm realizing that. I need to be very careful. Because if the wrong person happens to watch one of these streams, I could be in serious trouble. But I need to be more careful about what I'm wearing on stream. Um, yeah. Oh, okay. Guess no more light. You know what? I'm opening the door and then closing the door. I'm tired, chat. Y'all tired? I'm tired. I'm a tired lad. So Bacon doesn't see these. You know, I'm curious to where he is now and what he's doing. Because he's in some cave just like plotting revenge, like, oh, I'm gonna get you back one day. But let me turn this on. It's a little bit warm in here. Turn the air on so I can also turn my Yeah, we don't want to dox ourselves. That would be preferred if we didn't do that. Um, I mean, realistically, if anyone comes up here, like, public safety is going to probably get to them long before they get to me. Um, but you never know. You never know. Don't worry, I'm not Sniper. Good to know. Good to know. You know, I doubt anybody would pull up, but you never know. Sometimes people do crazy stuff, and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. That would be pretty funny though, as if somebody like came up and they got like arrested. Like, I was just looking for Mario Man 252. Like, excuse me. No. Reach out on Discord. Maybe be like, hey, you know, or just don't. Or just like don't. You know, parasocial relationships and all that. Maybe just don't. I don't know. Mm. Okay. It's a very quiet chat. Yeah, chat's been quieter the past couple of streams. That's okay. Chat's allowed to be quiet. Chat's allowed to be loud. Chat's allowed to be quiet. Whatever y'all are comfortable with, that's fine. We're taking a nap. Yeah, Chad is taking a collective nap. That's fair. I need a nap. I need a long nap. I think they call it a sleep. I might just pull up with a Little Caesars pizza. I gotta go to that Little Caesars eventually. I just have to. Yes, nap. I agree. What if we just did nap stream where everyone took a nap and I just like got watch time? I'm kidding. Like, everyone just has the stream up in the background and we all just take a nap collectively. We all just have collective nap time. Like, um, the first nap stream ever. Why do I feel like that would be the exact type of thing that would get popular on YouTube? Like, that's just stupid enough to work. I've literally kept the stream up while I slept every time. You're sweet. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Sleep stream in car with sound effects. I don't know how sound effects would work. That's the thing. I'd have to like set stuff up. Also, people would probably be very concerned when they just see someone sleeping in their car. Like, I'm parked right outside like where the dorms, so like they're probably like, "Geez, man, is this dude okay? Like, he's parked in the dorm lot. Like, is this homeless man okay?" Like, the amount of people that have called me homeless when they see me streaming in my car is actually kind of funny. When people are just like, "So how long you been homeless?" I'm like, bro. I mean, listen, it's a fair assumption. It's a fair assumption. I mean, my situation is a little odd. I'll say that. It's odd. It's strange. But people are like, "So how long you been homeless, bro?" I'm like, I'm not homeless. I have a dorm room. I just don't like being in it." That sounds very conceited to say, but like, I reasons I can't say on stream. Things that I literally cannot share on stream. Yeah. Anyway. Whatever. It's fine. Not a problem at the end of this week anymore. So, cool. But yeah. Man. Wait, why did Emma get timed out? What what happened? I'm assuming that was a mistake. I'm hoping that was a mistake. Okay, it was an oopsie. We all do oopsies. Like that time I banned existence that we don't talk about. Anyway. Y'all have a group of friends where like whenever you're talking with them, the talk always ends up going to relationships? Because I've got like multiple groups of friends where that happens. Like like whenever we talk, like the talk always ends up going to like relationships and like dating and like that kind of thing. Like I have multiple groups of friends where that happens. Like and it's one group is guys and the other group is girls. It's strange. Like my guy friends from high school, like a lot of times we'll talk about like, oh, this relationship and I had feelings for this girl and like, oh, I'm so lonely and oh, this like, but also, you know, I talk with girls and they'll talk about like their past relationships and crushes and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I remember I had a convo with a couple of my friends from this Christian group about like previous relationships and stuff, and I don't know, I feel like whenever I'm around these people it just ends up going to relationships and like locker talk versus sleepover talk. I mean, listen, I'm not necessarily against it. It's not something that I necessarily hate talking about. I mean, I hate being lonely. I hate physically being lonely, but you know, I don't necessarily hate talking about relationships. I think it's an important thing to talk about. I think it's, you know, I think people can help each other when it comes to relationships. I think people can give advice when it comes to relationships. I think, you know, sharing experiences can help people. Mario, what's your opinion on your hit video, Stop the Fighting, right now? Yeah, that's, oh boy. That's where I'm at with my hair right now. It's just not, it's not cooperating. It's being very rude and very mean. Is this a press conference? Hi, Aiden. Hi, hello, Aiden. Hi, hello, hi. How you doing? Anyway, yeah, that was. I've made videos like that, like not super long ago, or like I at least thought about it. I don't know if I ended up making them. I still give speeches like that. I do that stuff on stream all the time. I did that stuff over the summer. It's like I just start yelling at people. I just be like, if y'all don't stop breaking the rules and bullying people, I'm gonna friggin' smack you with a flip-flop. Like I remember this one stream where like these two people were beefing in chat while we were playing Roblox. And then one of them like freaked out and like left the Discord or something. And like, oh man, that was like, I stopped everything. I stopped everything. And I was like, man, y'all gotta friggin' listen. Obey the friggin' rules or we're not gonna, I was like the dad. I was like, I will turn this car around. I was like, we will stop playing if you guys don't start behaving yourselves. I don't want to have to dad my chat, you know? But sometimes people don't get the message, and I gotta just be like, listen here, bucko, listen here, sir or young ma'am. Listen here, you might not know how things work around this place, but let me tell you a little something. You better obey them rules, partner, or it's not going to be pretty for you. It's just me, or did existence disappear after that one Roblox stream? Existence disappears and reappears at random. Holy crap, is this thing like melted? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, slight issue. The thing I use to hold my phone when I'm driving, when I need directions, the like adhesive that is sticking it to my dashboard is like not really doing that anymore. And it's like melting and it's like really gross. So I think I need a new one. I think I need a new phone holder for my dashboard. I mean, my birthday's coming up in a little over a month, so maybe I can ask for... Because now I gotta start asking for useful stuff. You know, I can't ask for like, I want this new Mario game. No, I need useful things. Like, can I have money and like socks and like... I don't know. What else would I really want for my birthday? Jeez, I get to this point every year and I never know what to ask for my birthday. So I'm just like, money, clothes, hanging out with my friends for like a day. What else do I even want for my birthday? It's not super soon. It's December. It's December 5th. It's not super soon. Thank you for the happy birthday. But it's not super soon. It's a little over a month. But yeah. What's your opinion on those shoes, the New Balance 550s? I haven't even heard of them. Happy birthday to you on December 5th. Thank you. I appreciate the early birthday wishes. What do I even ask for? Like, money, clothes, gift cards. Ooh, gift cards is a good one. Like DoorDash, Grubhub, that kind of stuff. What do you think about the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? I've been to several different parts of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And actually, I went to Philadelphia with my dad. Geez, when was this? I guess I was still in middle school. And it was a fantastic trip, and I had so much fun. We went to a Flyers game. We went to a Phillies game. We went to Federal Donuts. Where else did we go? We went to Village Whiskey. That was a good meal. They've got like these short rib cheese fries that are to die for, man. They're so good. Oh my gosh, man. Did you go to Philly? I did. Yeah, I went to to Philly with my dad. I guess I was what, 7th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, something like that. I went to Philly with my dad for a weekend. It was great. I've also been to the Poconos. What's your opinion on, I don't even know how to say that, Dubuque, Iowa? I mean, it's in Iowa, so probably just like corn and road. I don't know. Don't know enough to form an opinion about Dubuque, Iowa. I'm probably pronouncing that really wrong. Man. Dubuque? Okay, got it. Please stop spamming random stuff in my chat, please. Like, you're gonna get timed out if you keep doing it, so please stop. I don't care if it's emojis, I don't care if it's letters, just don't spam, please. What's your opinion on Burlington, Vermont? I've never been to Burlington, Vermont, to my knowledge. Although I'm pretty sure I've driven through Vermont, like on the way to Maine before. But I don't think I've ever stopped there, to my knowledge. Do I know anybody from Vermont? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Don't know if I know anybody from Vermont. Those people from like Massachusetts, Oklahoma. You know a couple people from Oklahoma. Yeah, one of my roommates from last year, and the current president of the Christian organization I'm in. Old renter lived in the Poconos and worked in my area, so he rented out our basement and drove like an hour to our basement, saw his family like only on the weekends. Yeah, I've been to the Poconos a couple times. I went to a resort in the Poconos once, and then I also went to like a trailer park in the Poconos. Stayed there for like a night or two, and then went somewhere else. That's not good. Prayers up for everybody in Lewiston, Maine. That's not good. Hopefully no one gets hurt. You know, chat, today I don't really know where this came from, but I got into the library after my second class today. Well, technically it was my second lab, but I got to the library and I found a seat and I went and sat down and I just started like daydreaming. I started daydreaming about like being in a relationship with this girl who was like, I don't know, something about like her voice and like the way she talked was like really, really calming and like really, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how else to say it. It's so specific. I don't know how to describe it. I don't really know how to, but it was so like gentle and like calming, and I don't know. But yeah, I started daydreaming about that, and like I daydream about relationships too much, like an unhealthy amount. I am perpetually forever alone. In case you didn't know, I'm extraordinarily lonely. But it's fine. What's up, boy with you, 111s? How you doing? Yeah, the thing I daydream the most about is probably relationships or like very strange scenarios of me fighting demons and stuff. Those are my top two. Like, I've got a scenario going on around right now that I think about on a nightly basis when I go to bed, where like I started out where like I'm a hockey player, which is never going to happen, but I'm a hockey player for my college, right? And we're in you know, we've gotten to the championship game, right? We've gotten to the championship because like my school's D1 in hockey, right? So we're good at hockey. And like the night before the championship game, I get like a FaceTime call from my girlfriend that I don't have in real life, but that I have in this universe. And like, it's literally just, she's just like called me to show me that she's cheating on me, right? And so like, you know, the next day, like in the locker room before the game, I'm like, you know, have y'all ever seen that TikTok where it's like, it's the guy, like the high school football player, and like the caption is like, his girl broke up with him before the game, and he's like in the corner, he's like listening to like super like dark music, and all the comments are like, bro's about to go off for like 600 yards and 13 touchdowns. Like that's that's like where I was in this dream, right? And so like I come out, right? And but the thing is, right? The thing is, right? The funny thing about this scenario is the guy who she cheated with is on the other team that we're playing, right? So like we're beefing, right? So like, you know, we're throwing like hits at each other and stuff, and like he's throwing me into the glass and like, but like, you know, at the same time I'm also like I'm like, because like when I'm recently I've been doing this like fictional scenario stuff since the age of like friggin' I don't even know 8. I've been doing this forever, right? I've been doing this for a really long time. But like recently, I've started to realize that some of the stuff that I've like thought about over the years hasn't been super Christian, and I'm like, okay, we need to keep this Christian. So, you know, I'm like, okay, he's hitting me, but I'm not hitting him back because that's bad, and I'm a Christian, right? But then like come like the end of the game, I just lay an absolute hammer on him. Like I just send, bro. And like I'm like, you know, I'm getting all shifty and like scoring the game winner and everything. I am like, bro, I call myself not creative, but I don't think that's true. Because the amount of like different fictional scenarios that I can come up with in my head about like literally anything. Like a couple a couple streams ago we talked about this. It was the one where like I talked about like my universe, my parallel, not par my cinematic universe that I've been adding to since the age of like 10. And like then I was like, yeah, I can make a I can make a story out of anything. And then Doggy starts throwing random stuff at me, and I'm like, yep, all right, cool. So then Kevin Durant dunked on Godzilla. Yeah. You know, and it's like, you know, that's where that joke came from, by the way. If you've been wondering about why Doggy's been saying that, that's where that joke came. Give me an idea, I could probably make something out of it. So uh, that's where that joke came from. Always sitting in my, so true. So Emma, so true. I gotta be like, no, that's not canon. That didn't happen. The number of times when like I'll do something and I'll be like, oh, that's not Christian. All right, we're retconning that. That's not canon. That it's so stupid, right? But it's true. I do it. I'm like, no, that's not. It sounds so dumb, but I swear this is what I do when I daydream. I'm like, no, not canon. That didn't happen. We did not sinful things instead. And it sounds dumb, but these are the internal battles. These are the battles I fight every single day to not daydream about stuff that I wouldn't talk about on stream. Anyway. So, yeah, anyway, like we win the game or whatever, and then like we start like beefing after the game or whatever, and he's like, you know, something about like, or when I lucid dream, I take the opportunity to do things I wouldn't do IRL. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a lucid dream. I don't even know if I've ever had a lucid dream, to be honest. Anyway. But yeah, so like, anyway, also in this universe, right? And this is something I've actually, well, I can't say I've really thought about it too much, but in this universe, I'm also a DJ, right? Like, I'm a DJ, and like, I DJ at all the frat parties that happen on the weekends in this universe. Like, obviously IRL, no, absolutely not. But in this universe, I'm a DJ, and I'm DJing for frat parties. The main reason that I make myself a DJ is so that I can put a soundtrack to these freaking stories that I come up with in my head. Because I'm a big music listener, right? I listen to a ton of music. So I'm like, all right, we're literally turning this into a movie. We are putting a soundtrack behind this. So I'll go through my playlist and find the right song for the right mood and the right moment. And it sounds dumb, but bro, when you are cooking in your daydream and you're like, that's a banger, you know, it, when you're cooking when you're cooking in your daydreams, bro, nothing like it. I experienced this feeling, right? It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe, but let me try and describe it. There are nights, right, when I will get so into whatever I'm daydreaming about, right? I'll get so into it that, like, I will start sweating and shivering at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but, like, I will start shivering, but I'll also be hot and, like, sweating at the same time. I'll be so invested in whatever's going on that my body doesn't know what to do with itself. So I start doing both at the same time. And it is the weirdest feeling. It's so uncomfortable. It's actually so uncomfortable. I'm like, I can't put a blanket on. I'm going to sweat. But if I take a blanket off, I'm going to keep shivering. And I'm going to be cold. It's like, what do I do? But, oh, man, I am the fictional scenario champion, man. I mean, maybe not. It sounds like a lot of people have similar experiences to what I had. But you know, in terms of, like, you know, they have the scenarios and stuff, which it's good to know it's normal and I'm not just weird. But reply to your freaking comment, please. Excuse me, sir. That's a little bit rude. What's up, Luffy? What's up, everyone's fave? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, anyway, in this fictional scenario, I go and DJ at all the parties, right? So I'm like, I'm getting absolutely turned up at the frat parties. I'm DJing all these frat parties. And I get to this one, right? And then there's this girl just, like, kind of standing in the corner, right? Now, this is relatable to me because at the one frat party that I went to last year, I just stood in the corner the whole time. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so out of my element. Everything going on around me was so, like, not me at all, that I just stood in the corner and did not know, just, like, kind of bobbed. Like, you know, like, occasionally I'd start, like, bobbing to the music. But I did not, bro. You could have taken a picture of me in that corner and put, like, the blood realized he not built for this, and it would have fit perfectly. It would have fit perfectly because I was so unbelievably out of my element. Like, I was actually, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I did not want to be there. I did not want to be there. Like, I was so uncomfortable. Like, I was so uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable. Like, I had to go outside and, like, text my friends and be like, boys, I love you. Man, I wish I was home right now. I love you boys so much. Yeah. Anyway, so, like, in this fictional scenario, I'm DJing at all the frat parties, and I see this girl who's just in the corner, right? She's like, looks like I imagined I was at that one frat party, and she's just, like, chilling in the corner, like, alone, like, looks like she just does not want to be there. So I get done playing my set, and I'm like, you know, I walk over and I'm like, hey, you know, what's up? Like, I get the position you're in, like, it's very clear that you don't want to be here. Do you want to go, like, grab a slice of pizza or something next door, right? Because, like, I'm like, I feel so bad for this girl. Like, I know exactly what she's feeling right now. Like, oh my gosh, this poor thing. So we go across the street and we, like, get pizza, and it's, like, super chill. Now, keep in mind, you can tell this is fictional because I'm speaking to a woman. Like, in no scenario of my actual life would I ever walk up to a girl and be like, hey, you want to go get pizza? Like, I'd rather die, right? Like, that's just not going to happen. So you can tell this is not real in the slightest based off that alone. Anyway, so, like, you know, we're going to get pizza, and then, like, the dude who the dude from the hockey game who was like beating up on me, and the dude who like my now ex-girlfriend cheated on me with, right? They're like outside the pizza shop and they're like looking in the window, and um like we leave, and like bro's like, oh, what's up, man? What's up? Oh, you got a new girl already? And so we start, like beefing on the sidewalk and everything, and then he like starts swinging, and it's like again, like I could just keep going. I could just keep going. Like it's unhealthy how much I think about this kind of stuff. Like, try it, dude. As a girl, I could tell when a guy wants to say something but doesn't. It's so much more attractive when you go for it. Maybe I'm an exception, but I'd never put anyone down for trying. No, I think it's what's a better way to put it? Or okay, I phrased that really bad. What am I trying to say here? The reason I started dating my ex, he sent this kid after me as I was leaving the mall. It was so cute. That does sound really cute, you know. That's the kind of stuff where like I hear it happen to somebody else and I like punch my wall because I'm like, gosh, man. That happened to my friend one time. Somebody's friend, or no, because like my friend like went to Starbucks a lot, and this girl like got her friend to like write a message on like a coffee holder and give it to my friend. It's like, hey, my friend thinks you're cute. Here's her snap, or like whatever. And like I looked at that and I was just like, why? When is it my turn? You know? But that's just me every day. So it's just me every day. Cause I listen. I'm happy for other people who are in relationships, and I hope it works out, and I hope it's a good Christian relationship, and I hope they love and serve God, and that everything works out, right? But my gosh, is it hard passing by all the freaking couples on campus every single day when I am perpetually hurt. But then I always gotta be like, nope, I trust God's timing. I trust God's timing. I trust you, God. That's that moment where like I just gotta be like, nope, God, I trust you. I trust you. It's hard, but I trust you. Yeah, it's not easy. It is not easy to walk by all the happy couples on campus. It's listen. One day there will be a girl out there for me. One day. Don't know when. That's not for me to decide. What isn't stable, however, is your internet connection. I'm on cellular data. If you're reading these, it's still buffering. Okay, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on cellular data, so that's weird. I've got 4 bars. I literally don't think there's anything I can do. Like, what was today about God's will and trusting God? It's important. It's really really important. It's hard, but it's important. It's the most important thing. Actually, speaking of, I think it's about. Let me think. Very blurry. Okay. Um. I could try to go to a different area to see if that would help. I don't know. All right, what should my faith rant be today? We could do like a continuation of yesterday and talk about like God's timing, specifically God's timing. Like, actually, you know what? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's not good. Has gone very silent. I just want to make sure everything's okay, and I'm audible, and that stream is not crashing, because that would be unfortunate. And if things are not good, I can try moving to a different area to see if it'll be any better. All right, I will try and move to a different area and see if that helps at all. It may not, but we'll give it a shot. All right, here we go. Oh, there's a car behind me. Very nice. All right, gonna drive over to the actual campus area to see if maybe I can get better service over there. Of course, we could always go for a walk if we wanted to do that as well. Maybe go for a walk on campus. That might be nice if that's something we wanted to do. Hopefully. If not, maybe we'll just drive around for a bit. I don't know. Here we go. Yep, plenty of parking spots over here. If this is any better. Apologies. See if service is any better here than it was by my dorm area. And there we are. All right. Drive successfully completed safely. Back to regularly scheduled stream programming. Okay. So, I was going to talk about God's timing. Now, this is something, excuse me while I move my seat back. There we go. Yeah. Recline it a little bit as well. There we go. Yeah, turn this on, turn this off, turn that on. There we go. All right, so God's timing. You know, it's sometimes it's the last thing you want to hear about. You know, I know for me, when it comes to particularly relationships, that's just the hardest thing to hear sometimes, because you're like, man, I'm working so hard. I'm doing everything I feel like I need to do, you know. It just doesn't seem like I'm going anywhere. It doesn't seem like I'm achieving anything, you know. I've waited so long, I've worked so hard, you know, where is the payoff? And the truth is, you know, it's what you want. You know, how you want, you don't always get what you want. And a lot of times you are left waiting for things that you wish would come sooner. And it's just how things are. It's just a fact of life. But it's important to remember what the Bible has to say. And what the Bible has to say is that all things work for the good of those who love God. And so what exactly does that mean? It means that whether something good or bad is happening, if you love God, if you believe in God, if you're working for God, it's benefiting you. So whether that's a challenge, whether that's a difficulty, whether that's a success, for your benefit, if you believe. It's difficult to understand, it's very difficult to how could this terrible thing possibly be working for me? It's bad, is it? Why would it be doing that? Yeah, I just looked at Down Detector to see if there was any like reports of outages or anything on like my cell service. Um I could end this stream and start another one on my computer. It's just I don't know how long it's gonna last because it's got limited battery life. I, I don't even know if y'all can hear me right now, to be completely honest. I don't have a microphone. Never mind. That's probably not a good idea. I don't have a mic. Alright. I'm gonna mute up for a little bit and see how bad. I'm gonna mute up. I'm trying to work on figuring this out. Bear with me. I apologize for the inconvenience. This adhesive thing is coming off too. Can't connect to my phone's hotspot now. I mean, there's a chance the service is so bad that like my phone can't even produce a hotspot. That's my leading theory right now. Like the service is so bad that like my phone can't even produce a sustainable hotspot. Yeah, my hotspot's on. I'm trying to connect to it here. Audio might get crunchy. Just be advised. If it actually does connect, audio might get crunchy if it's not crunchy already. It's just not connecting. Oh, hold on. Might have a connection. Okay, audio probably just got super crunchy, but just bear with me. I want to see how bad this is. Audio's not crunchy at all? Really? Oh, wow, it's not. What the? How on earth does that make any sense? I'm not seeing... I'm not... I mean, it could just be victim of circumstance. I'm not seeing a ton of buffering on my end. Maybe things are a little bit better. I want to check down detector. See if maybe we just happen to be on the... the beginning end of an outage or something. Let's see. Mobile phone, yeah. Think it's resolved, is it? Alright. There's some stuff like near my area, not really in it though. Well, if the audio's not crunchy, I might as well use my computer for stuff. Alright, well, apologies for the inconvenience. Thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate it. Oh wow, we're at 1,810 subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow. We are really skyrocketing. This is really great. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Let's get some music going. I feel like the silences are so awkward, you know? Let's get some music going or something. What should we do? NCS background. Or should we do like lo-fi? We could do like lo-fi. What do you think, chat? Should we do like NCS gaming music or like lo-fi? If you can hear me. Oh, you were kidding. Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, man. We can do lo-fi. That's fine. Let's do some lo-fi, girl. Here we go. Get some, Alright, chat, let me know. Music, good volume, too loud, too soft. Move it over to you guys a little bit. This is not working particularly well. I'll just put it in my lap. There we go. Yeah, let me know how the volume is. Is it too high, too low? Because I'll turn it up or down as needed. It's good? Okay, I'll leave it then. Alright. So, I was talking about God's timing. And I know I personally struggle with trusting God's timing, especially when it comes to stuff like relationships, when it comes to, when I feel like I'm working really hard and I'm not seeing a payoff. I'm just like, man, why can't I see my payoff now? Why can't I just get everything that was promised to me now? I've been working so hard for so long, where's the reward? Hi, doggy. Um, and, I feel like it's human nature in some ways to kind of think that way and be like, I've worked hard, I've done X, Y, Z. Um, where's my reward? Where's my payoff? Um, and, again, it's everything that happens works for the good of those who love God. That's in the Bible. I believe Paul says that. Um, and it's important to remember because it's so easy to get caught up in the negative. It's so easy to get caught up in the negative, right? I fall victim to it. I know a ton of people do. It's so easy to get caught up in what's going wrong. It's so easy to get caught up in, what's not going well, or what's troubling you, or what's just the stuff that you wish was going a certain way. How can this challenge that I'm facing work for my benefit? How can this difficult situation be working for my good and for my benefit? How could God possibly be using this situation that's causing me so much pain or stress or anger or sadness or anxiety or whatever else? Um, how could God possibly be using this for my benefit? It goes against basic sense, right? How would that, how can something bad be doing something good? It's um it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But again, I brought this up yesterday and how this was a major turning point for my faith. Um, back summer 2021, two, summer 2022. Yes, summer 2022. Um, I was starting to have some doubts. I was starting to um question some things, and some stuff was starting to really bother me. And um I was starting to really have some I don't know. For the first time in my life, I was uncertain when it came to my faith. And so I was like, the real stuff that was, I was questioning was, how could Jesus possibly rise from the dead? How could Jesus die on the cross and then rise from the dead? When people die, they don't come back. They die. It's called death. It's permanent. How could Jesus possibly rise from the dead? How could all this stuff about God creating the world and about, God doing all these miraculous things, how could these things possibly be true? There's no logical, some of this stuff doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't. But that's when it clicked. God doesn't make logical sense. Not in a, oh, God is bogus kind of way. In a, God does things that don't make sense kind of way. In a, God does things that aren't humanly possible kind of way. So I went from questioning my faith to diving deeper into my faith and believing even more, because I realized this connection between God and the impossible. And so how humans might see it as impossible to draw a connection between this bad thing they're experiencing and good and benefit and progress, God is lining that up and doing that behind the scenes. And does it make sense to us? No, because God does things that don't make sense. So if you're waiting for something, if you're dealing with something and you're just at your wit's end, and you're like, God, this, I've been working for this thing for so long, or I've been waiting on this blessing, and I've been trusting your timing, and it's not coming. Where is it? Just remember, God does things that don't make sense. God's way and God's will are not comprehensible to our minds. What God does for our benefit, we don't understand. So from our perspective, what may be a negative, what may be a drawback, what may be a challenge or a difficulty or this bad thing, God is using to propel us forward. God is using to prepare us so that when he brings blessings to us, we're ready for them and we can fully appreciate and embrace them. That's another thing about God's timing is you may want these blessings, but you might not be ready for those blessings. That's something I think about often when I think about relationships. Yes, I say, oh, I want a girlfriend. I don't want to be alone. Am I ready for a girlfriend? Am I ready for that responsibility of being in a relationship? Do I have the time and effort and energy to give to my significant other to keep the relationship strong? Am I ready for that? Am I really, or do I just not want to be lonely? Do I just want to know that a girl loves me? Is that what I want, or do I really want a relationship? It's a question I find myself asking. Do I really want this? Am I ready for this? And the answer is no, because it hasn't happened yet. When will I be ready? Whenever God deems me ready. Whenever I'm in the state where God is like, yep, he's ready to receive this blessing. He's ready, he's prepared. He's gone through these trials and tribulations. He's ready to receive this blessing that he's been waiting on. It's not that it's not coming. It's not that God's saying, no, you haven't earned it yet. God's saying, if I give this blessing to you right now, you're not going to make the most of it. You're not going to be ready for it. And I think that's something we could all use. Excuse me. Turn the lights back on. So I think that's something we could all use to remember, because it's so easy to dwell on the negative. It's so easy to dwell on what's going wrong and what we're dealing with and what's making us upset. I feel like a lot of society dwells on the negatives. I mean, look at the news. I mean, most of the news you hear is negative. Stuff that's going wrong. But just remember, in that challenge, in that trial, in that tribulation, God is using that for your benefit. You may not know it and you may not feel it. But when that blessing comes, you will understand why God made you wait. You'll understand why the challenges that were in your path were in your path. You'll understand why when you ask God, God, where is this blessing? I've been waiting for this for so long. I've been praying about this. Where is it? I thought you were supposed to always fulfill your promises. He will. When you're ready. And I don't say that in a belittling way. I don't say that in a, you're not good enough, you're not ready for this kind of way. Because I'm not ready for the blessings that God has for me, which is why I haven't received them yet. It's why I don't have a girlfriend. It's why, I only have a certain number of meaningful relationships right now. It's why, I live how I live and why I do what I do. It's why I'm still getting frustrated and upset when it comes to, dealing with all sorts of schoolwork and other, social issues and things like that. Why am I still dealing with it? It's building up to a blessing. It's building up to me being ready for what God has in store for me. If I rush it, if I don't wait, If I try and say, you know what? No, I want this now. That goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. Don't mess with God's will. Don't try and rush things. Don't try and push things. Don't try and write your own story. God is the one writing your story. So if you haven't received something yet, that chapter hasn't arrived just yet, but it will. You don't jump just straight to chapter 7 when you open a book. You start with chapter 1. You start from the beginning, and you work your way up, and you get the necessary context, and you get the necessary experiences. You get introduced to the characters and their motivations and their feelings and who they are. You don't just jump straight to chapter 7, because you don't have what you need. You don't have what you need to read and understand chapter 7. You start with chapter 1. I think in life, when it comes to God's will and God's timing, it works very much the same way. If we haven't received something yet, we're not at chapter 7. We don't know what chapter we're at. We could be at chapter 1. We could be at chapter 4. We could be at chapter 6. But we're not there yet. But we'll get there. You trust God, you let Him write the book, you'll get there. But having that faith is hard, and I understand that, because I've found it very difficult to have that faith myself. When you just see day after day, week after week, month after month of nothing changing, and that blessing not being fulfilled, then you just feel like, I've been going through difficulties and trials for what feels like years now. Where is this blessing? Where is this chapter of success and progress where I finally get what I've been praying for? It's part of the journey. It's part of the process. It's not a sin to feel upset. It's not a sin to be impatient. Go to God with those things. What we were talking about yesterday, giving stuff to God. That's extremely important. Go to God and say, God, I'm frustrated. I'm finding it difficult to trust your timing. I'm finding it difficult to be patient and wait on these blessings you have for me. You can be honest with God. God's not going to get mad at you if you go to Him and say, God, I'm finding it difficult to trust you right now. I'm finding it difficult to have faith that you've got something good waiting around the corner, because it feels like it's been nothing but negative. God's not going to turn you away for saying that. And if anybody tells you that, that's not true. I feel like one thing that I don't like about how certain people portray God is that God is this... What's the best way to put this? He's this... People portray God as this rigid, unbending authority, right? Who you cannot contradict and who you cannot, make a complaint to or say anything that might possibly be, in contradiction or in challenge to anything that God says. And that's not true. That's not true at all. Our God is an open God. Our God is an honest God. Our God is a truthful God and a faithful God. Our God is a listening God. Our God is a God who loves us so very much that He sent His Son to die for us. He wants us to pray. He wants us to talk to Him. He wants us to give Him what's bothering us. He wants us to be honest with Him and to say, God, I'm struggling. God, I'm finding it difficult to wait on this blessing. God, I feel like I'm working so hard and I'm not getting anything back. It's okay to say those things to God. It is. That took me a while to understand. I was like, no, I can't possibly ever have a thought that's contradictory to God's will or that, could in any way be interpreted against. No, that's not how this works. You can be honest with God. Always. I think that's so important, and I feel like that's a detail that's not necessarily shared among every branch of Christianity and among all Christians, is that God, you can talk to God. You can be honest with God. You can, if you're struggling, you can tell God. If you're having difficulties believing, you can tell God. If you're impatient, if you're struggling to trust that God has your best interest in mind, you can talk to him about that. I have. And the reassurance that he gives you is not anything that you can achieve on your own. When you go to God and you say, God, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm having trouble believing that you've got something good around the corner for me right now, because it feels like I'm only going through difficulties. The peace that God gives you when you're honest with him and when you talk to him and when you open lines of communication with him, all of your worries and anxieties will melt away in an instant. It happens so fast and so subtly, but I'll go from stressed and anxious and at a point where I'm just going a million miles an hour to at peace, calm, happy. That's the power of God. God is not this locked up, far away God. He's very present. He wants to hear from you, good, bad, or otherwise. He wants to hear from you. So if you're having trouble trusting his timing, be honest with him. Say, God, I'm having difficulties trusting you right now. But I'm going to you because I want to trust you. Because I know that you're a loving God. You're a forgiving God. I know that you fulfill your promises. You make good on all of the things that you promise. So give me the strength and the fortitude to keep believing, even in these difficult circumstances. And if you can adopt that mentality, I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy because it's not, but if you can adopt that mentality, watch things change. Watch your life get less negative. Watch your life be more filled with God. Watch yourself start to correct your thinking and to give God more honor and glory throughout your life. When instead of focusing on the negative and doubting and bottling everything up, going to God and saying, God, this is what's bothering me. God, I'm having difficulty with these things, and I need your help. And especially when it comes to God's timing, because it's very, very difficult to wait on certain things. Have confidence and take heart knowing that when those blessings come, they will be greater than you ever imagined. Because you waited, because you were patient, and you let God write the story instead of trying to write it yourself. As I like to do when we finish up these, I don't know if you want to call them rants, I don't know if you want to call them spirit spitting sessions, I don't know. I'm just going to end us off with a prayer over what we've just talked about. So feel free to join in and participate. But I'm just going to pray really quickly. Lord God, First and foremost, I want to thank you. I want to thank you that we're all here. I want to thank you that we're alive, that we're healthy, that we have all these wonderful blessings you've given us, that we have everything we need to survive. I want to thank you that we're gathered here today, Lord, in your presence. And I want to thank you that we have the opportunity to share this important conversation and to be honest about how difficult it can be to trust in your timing. Because, God, not everything you do makes sense. And that's always how it's been, and that's always how it's going to be. Is you are a God who does things that don't make sense. You are a God who did the impossible, quite literally, many, many times over. So, Lord, in whatever situations we may find ourselves, whether they be happy, joyful, peaceful, or sad, negative, depressed, filled with anxiety or regret or whatever it happens to be. Help us to take heart in knowing that whatever we're going through is working for our good. Help us to take heart in knowing that you are a God who fulfills his promises. Help us to take heart in knowing that whatever you set out to and whatever you promise to us, you will complete and you will finish. And help us to take heart in knowing that when the time is right and when we are ready, the blessings that we have prayed for and that you have promised for us will come to pass. Lord, it is not easy to trust in your timing. I know there are things that I complain about fairly regularly. I'm a chronic complainer. But the peace that comes from trusting your timing and from giving our issues, our problems, our worries, our doubts to you is nothing that we can achieve or can provide on our own. God, we pray you can help us to remember to let you be the storyteller, to let you be the writer, not us. We think we know what's good for us. You know what's good for us, and you have for all eternity before you ever created us in our mother's wombs. And Lord God, today I just want to thank you for your promises. I want to thank you for being the loving, forgiving, awesome God that you are, that in all things promises good to those who love you. I pray you can help us to be patient, especially in the most difficult situations where it just feels like everything's going wrong. Help us to remember, Lord, that you work all things for the benefit of those who love you. And Lord God, help us to be honest with what we're feeling, with what we're dealing with what we're going through. Help us to know that we can bring those things to you. Help us to know that you're there for us. Help us to know that you're not closed off and separated, but you want to hear from us, that we are your beloved children, that you want a relationship with us, you want to talk to us, you want to hear from us, you want to take our burdens. And help us to have the courage to trust in your timing and to give you those burdens so that when the time is right, we can walk into the fulfillment of your promises. Lord God, I'm so incredibly grateful for this community. I'm grateful for this platform you've provided me. I'm grateful for the air that I breathe and the life that I live. Every time I do one of these, I'm just, truly honored and privileged to be able to share you in this way, to have a platform to share my faith freely, just to be where I am in my life, Lord. I'm so incredibly grateful. I thank you for each and every one of the people watching this right now. And I thank you for everyone not watching, Lord. I pray for blessings over us all. I pray that you can help us to trust in your timing, to know that your timing is perfect and absolute, and that what you have in store for us, we can never imagine. And I pray all this in your holy and venerable name. Amen. All right. Back to the musics. I paused it. That's not what I wanted to do. Amen, amen, amen. Appreciate you guys hanging out to this point in the stream. Means a lot. Sorry for the tech issues, connection issues, whatever you want to call them. Unfortunate, but hey, things are working out. Got some nice music in the background. We're just vibing out, having a good old time. That was so refreshing. I'm glad. I love doing that stuff, you know. Because listen, I know I've said this before, but I don't pre-plan when I do that kind of stuff. Like, that stuff is completely, like, free-flowing, like, that's the spirit. That is the Holy Spirit, just going to work. And I'm grateful that I am able to be, you know, I don't know what word I'm looking for, a steward. I'm able to share, you know, what God wants people to hear. Grateful that I'm able to be that. Have a good night, Emma. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I will let Mike know that you said hello. I'm Batman, so I never sleep. Right. What's up, GG Pinkster? How you doing? I don't sleep because I drank a bunch of coffee. Couldn't be me. Not a coffee drinker or a tea drinker. I'm a water guy. That's about it. Drink water. Clearly a lot more than 2 people here. Whatever. YouTube's gonna say what it's gonna say. British be like, bottle of water. A bottle of water. Hey, I have, I believe cheese is from the UK. Cheese is cool. We like cheese. Cheese is a very pog human. Now we are in the darkness. Boy. Excuse me, chat. I'm going to be trying to put together my schedule for next semester. See if I can find stuff that interests me. That's fall only. I need something in the spring. That might be cool. That's a very small class. How much, let's look at this stuff. That has significantly more seats in it. I like that a lot better. Yeah, if I'm doing it just for the professor, like, yeah, like stuff's already changed. Look at this. I don't know if that's gonna be. Brother's putting together his schedule. Oh boy. Actually, you know what? No, keep that one, because I don't want to forget the stuff that I need for the options I have. All right. Okay. Could do maybe. But it says it's a spring course. It says it's a spring course. Oh no, it's right here. I'm silly. It's right here. Sorry. College scheduling is annoying, chat. So that would fulfill my 4,000 level one that I need. What about another one? Doesn't necessarily have to be. Suppose I don't necessarily have to take another one this semester. Those are like back to back. I'm assuming we don't have rooms yet. These rooms are subject to change anyway. Hold up. This is what happens when you get to college, chat. You got to put your own schedule together. You got to put your own schedule together and figure out your own classes, figure out what you need. Oh my gosh, this stinks. And these didn't work because prereqs, probably. Can I see the prereqs? Oh, that's. I'll be taking that at that time. That's unfortunate. And then this one is the same. I think so. Yeah. Unfortunate. All right. So I can't do this specific requirement next semester. That's going to have to be later. This I need to sign up for. And then something else. So right now I've got, what do I have? I've got my 4,000 level psychology. I've got a potential, oh boy, this is a mess. You know what? Get rid of this. Get rid of that. All right. That makes things look a little bit nicer. Oh, don't we love college? College is just great. All right. Don't need any other maths or sciences. Okay, we could do that. Is it just 2 others in here? I think it's just 2 others in this bucket. So could I satisfy both? This is yeah, there's not much I can do in terms of CS next semester. It's very slim. Besides the one that I would be regularly scheduled to take, it's very slim. Um, so right now I've got my Intro to Algorithms course, Cognitive Psychology, and a planning course for my summer semester where I have to stay on campus. Okay, I would prefer to have 2 more, but where are they going to be? I either need to pick one of very, very slim options. Yeah, that requires the course I'm taking next semester. That one requires the course I'm taking next semester. That one requires the course I'm taking next semester. That one requires that, or takes some test that I have no idea what it is. That one does too. That one requires this one, which requires the one that I need to take. What's up, Pump? How you doing? Oh, well, this one maybe. I have credit for that course, but I didn't take it here. That's the problem. All of these require intro to algorithms. Or require a course. Is this fall semester? Spring term odd numbered years. That has to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That's only 3 credits. This one's also only 3 credits. Golly. Slim pickings, man. Yeah, this is where things get tricky. So like I could take this like robotics course. I should have the prerequisites for this robotics course, but it's only 3 credits. Is there a lab? Oh, frick. I mean, there's this one. What's this one? 4370. No, not being offered. Don't we love it when they say that they offer a course in the spring and they don't offer a course in the spring? What's up, Battle? So I can't take that one. So the only ones that I'd be able to take would be this robotics course, which is only 3 credits. Or something in this bucket, because I want to... Would it be in the ITWS bucket? Is there a chance? It is a different course. Okay. What are we up to? I'm putting together my schedule for next semester, and it's not going particularly well. Well, that's a co-requisite. I guess that could work. Will I have everything I need there? I don't love it. All these require my intro to algorithms course. The one that I haven't taken. The one that I'm taking next semester. I suppose I could do this one. Never mind, it's only offered in the fall. I lied. This is so stupid. I mean, I'm technically ahead of where I should be. But, like, I tell you, me, Demon, and my little sister are watching the FNAF movie tomorrow for my sister's 14th birthday. That's really sweet. Please do not spoil it for me, but I hope you enjoy. Was that an or or an and? It's an or. It's only 3 freaking credits, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh. This one only requires data structures. It's only 3 freaking credits, but it only requires data structures. This one I could co-rec. I could co-rec this one and get one. Oh my gosh. Unless I want to pick a different area, which I suppose I could do. Nope. Nope. Robotics again. More robotics. Don't even know what that is. Nope. Was that an or? Nope, that's an and. Gosh. Of course. Well, I really shouldn't be registering for these courses right now. I have a bunch of transfer credits. So that might explain why I'm unable to do this. This is also 3 credits. Can a course be 4 credits and also not require my intro to algorithms course, please? Apparently not. Okay. If I did take a 3 credit course, where would that put me? I'd have to take 9 more credits. I'd have to take 4 here instead of 3. Or, well, I'd have to overdo some credits. Unless there's like a robotics lab I could sign up for or something. Alright, so I'm definitely taking this one. I can't take either of these because one doesn't line up with the blocks and the other one's only offered in the fall. So unless I want to move on to the capstone, there's not a whole lot I can do. I can do that one. First course must be an inquiry course. Is this considered an inquiry course, what I'm taking? Please tell me it is. I'll cry. No, it's not. Well, that actually changes a lot. Wait a minute. But it says there's a... Oh my... I gotta talk to my freaking advisor. Hello, Yosh. How are you? Oh, I declared on a different website. Where? Select a pathway. Is there a list of all of them? Yes. They're supposed to be in this catalog, but I looked the other day and I couldn't find them. Can you give me a freaking list of these things, please? I swear there was a PowerPoint with, like, all of them. Here it is. I don't know how old this is. Considering this course is still called General Psychology. I think this probably explains how old it is. Okay. Okay, cognitive psychology is included in this one. What's 2310? Methods of research. So what's this one called? What's its technical term? Not here. That's what it is. It's not here. What was the other one? Is that one here? Yes, it is. Okay. That might be my backup plan. All right, never mind. Get rid of this one. Are there any I can take next turn? Ah, there's 20 seats. Great. Oh man, I love this school so much. Something tells me that some of these are fall only. Okay, there's this one, there's this one. What else is available? They're all 4,000 level. I mean, this one has more seats. That would keep me on this, and then I'd just have to take another one. Frees me up a little bit. Or I could take this one, which is like directly after my other one, right? Yeah. If I have the option, I'm taking this one. And then what's this one? Behavioral neuroscience. And then I just need to take one more to get that done. So I can declare that now. I wonder if that updated this. Maybe it takes a while to update. That's not gonna work. That's in. This is in. Can that count for both? I think it can. Good.
I got some work to do this weekend. All right. Well, it's progress. It is progress. Okay. All right, chat. I have an exam tomorrow at 10 a.m. So, I'm gonna head to bed. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot. Hopefully I'll be back soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Depends on how I feel. But I love you guys. I thank you for being here. And always remember, Jesus loves you.